recording.
Shit, okay.
Good, Laura?
Yeah.
Right, ready? What was your first ever instrument?
My first ever instrument was guitar.
Guitar.
It's probably a recorder.
It was a 3/4 scale, so it was like this size. It was like a baby-sized bass guitar with a single pickup.
My first, instrument was voice. I used to sing when I was little.
Oh, I was given a violin when I was 4.
Guitar.
Not really.
Piano.
Ass.
Your mom. What got you guys into playing music?
The love, the passion, the dreams, ABBA.
When I first was listening to Metallica a lot and more rock bands, and I was like, I like music, I want to do what he does on the drums, but better.
I was basically bottle-fed Metallica and ABBA.
Thanking ABBA for the music.
I wanted to learn an instrument when I was about 12, 13, and I kind of wanted to play violin. And then I heard my sister talking about bassists, and I thought the bass would be a kind of fun instrument to learn. So my parents bought me a bass for my 13th or 14th birthday, and it sat there for about a year and a half until I got some lessons. And then I kind of didn't do much with it for a year. And then this guitar actually was always in my house because it was left there by Nan, who is no longer with us. And I just kind of picked it up one day, and I just kind of enjoyed playing it, and I decided I wanted to sort of persist with it, learn more, and learn how to do chords, and enjoy it, because I was kind of getting into it, and I kind of enjoyed improvising and passing around and playing blues and rock and all kinds of stuff.
What got me into music?
Seeing Bon Scott and rip it on stage with AC/DC.
Yeah.
I didn't see that in person, but I heard he was quite a cool guy. Seeing my granddad tear it up on saxophone, I was like, I want to play me some jazz.
I was handed a guitar by my granddad on holiday in Tenerife when I was about 14 and told to do something proactive because I was going mad, burning on holiday and being a ginger man. So I was like, here, play this, and ever since then I've been playing guitar, and that's kind of it.
To be honest, it started after I really started choosing my own music, after I started discovering more and more artists. I started noticing that just the guitar parts in everything I listened to were just awesome, and I wanted to be able to play that. So I got my cousin's old electric guitar. Like once I started to learn more, I thought, well, I want to be able to play the stuff that I listen to, you know. And so I got my cousin's old, which is a Stag sort of a Strat copy, and it was pretty decent. Eventually, I wanted to start learning more, and I'd learned to love guitar more. I thought I'd get a new guitar, and eventually set my sights on this. It's second hand in a shop, and I thought, damn, that looks cool. So I played it and fell in love with it instantly, saved up the money, sold my old guitar, and bought this guitar, which I still have to this day, and I will never get rid of, ever. Whatever comes off the top of your head, dude.
Hendrix first, and then I was just like, hey, look, Lynyrd Skynyrd, they're pretty funky. Listened to them for a bit. Queen, that was a big influence when I was a child, because Brian May, dope. But then ultimately Jimmy Page.
Hendrix and Zeppelin, Womack, a lot of gospel stuff.
I started looking when I was in my teen years for music that I considered to be like real and not sort of overproduced or just written and made by people who enjoy actually making and being a part of music and are by no means in it for the money. So people like Jack White and there's an American guitarist, singer, songwriter called Rodriguez, and Bob Dylan and the Black Keys.
These guys hate me for this, but I love country music, so Taylor Swift was a big, I don't know, yeah, I love Taylor Swift. So yeah, country music's what I love, and it's a big inspiration to my kind of music style. I don't know, it's just different, I guess, unique, and I love the instruments like banjos and stuff in country music.
This is definitely Rush. They were the first sort of proper band that I listened to and sort of really got into the music, because before it was just sort of, you know, all the pop crap you'd sing along to, you know, childhood hits, but Rush were the first band I listened to and it was like, you know, damn, these guys make something that's amazing. People like Kaiser Chiefs, Fratellis, they were also massive influences, even Queen as well, I reckon. And as much as I don't want to admit it, people like My Chemical Romance even were actually probably a very big inspiration, surprisingly enough.
I like music, and first actual time I wanted to do music was watching things like Queen Live at Wembley, Neil Young Unplugged Live 1975, which was really good, and it made me happy and I could relate to things in my life, unfortunately.
What does music mean to you?
It means almost everything.
Everything!
Everything!
Everything.
Everything!
Everything.
Everything.
It's an outlet for everything.
Well, it used to be a release. It used to be something which I did, which was just sort of like kind of escapism, because it's relatable and it's people expressing themselves, and it's, you know, one of the oldest ways of expressing yourself.
So it's hugely expressive. It says lots more than words can't. And you know, if you write a good song, it gives you an excuse to jump about like a maniac.
I think it's like an alternative way to like tap into people's brains. Like, I mean, parts of the brain that have been studied, but if you're writing like a new song that hasn't really been heard before, it's like it's a new experience. It's like a new sensation.
It's a way of expressing yourself.
Yeah. No, it really is. It really is. It's the language of the soul. It is. Yeah. To quote someone.
It's just pure passion.
I can listen to music and be happy, and I can start playing music and I'll be happy also. And if I'm feeling down and I start listening to music, I'll be happy. So it's like happiness.
If I'm going through a shitty time, I'll put on some songs that mean a lot to me. They'll help me. It'll either heal me or it'll either be sort of sad and actually help me through it. But sometimes when I'm going through a really shitty time, I like to listen to sad music, and it actually makes me feel worse, but in the same time better. You probably know what I'm saying there. And but it heals and governs exactly what I do, and heightens any emotion that I ever have in my life. So if I'm going through a sunny day and I put on some music, it's always going to heighten that memory or that feeling.
You get chills down your spine, and you get goosebumps from just very good music, and then other music just makes you relaxed. And it's an incredible tool, and it's an incredible form of entertainment, and it's an incredible way of expression. Definitely expression is probably one of the biggest things that drew me to it, because drew me to this, you know, learn how to play, because it meant I could then play the music I want to play and then express myself using the instrument. I think it's incredibly important that you have something you can do that with.
Chalk, called the Leprechaun's, the Phonic Architects, which is just me and another guy. And now I'm in a band called the Clark Kents.
A band called Rise Through Ashes, Last Response. The Clark Kents.
Rise Through Ashes. Last Response. Fanny bags.
Go for it.
Quarantine.
It's called Sheep Dip.
Ironic Joffrey Fan Club. Macaroni Confidence Salad. The Tomatoes of Self-Esteem. Oh.